scrapbooking this photo of some of my spring favorite foods, minus the sweet potatoes, but the other things are things I like about spring. Well, I guess potatoes and wine. So anyway, I'm going to mount that or mat that photo on a piece of Bella Boulevard paper, and it's one of their original like besties, or one of the original like rainbow color story papers that they use for backgrounds. It's old, I don't remember what it is. And then I'm going to take that and put it on that piece of diagonal stripe Doodlebug petite prints, and that's the cherry dot stripe. And I like how that brings your focus to the photo. And then behind that is that beautiful floral, that very springy looking floral from Photo Play. It's the Spring in My Garden collection and the Sprout paper. And then I just went to my Photo Play Spring in the Garden cardstock die cuts, and I found this frame, and I decided I would use that to do my journaling. I like how that brings in that pop of green. It's a little bit different than the green in the background, but it still works, especially because I'm going to use some of the die cuts. That's my intention for the embellishment piece. So I'm going to mount that on just an old piece of Mambi 3x4 card. It was like a wedding pack, I think, and I didn't use them all, but the back side is either dots or a grid, so it's really easy to just use those. I love doing this. I'll fill stuff like this. I'll use them. I'll put washi tape on them. I'll use cardstock embellishments, lots of different things. So that green paper there, which is my background paper, is the Doodlebug Petite Prints Citrus Buffalo Check Wood Grain, and that Buffalo Check Wood Grain is their latest version of background papers. And then from the Photo Play Spring in the Garden die cuts, I'm going through here, and I found the round circle that I like kind of to layer over that frame just to kind of soften up some of the hard edges. And then I really love this floral piece, especially since I'm really talking about spring. So I'm going to layer that on top of those three pieces. Well, I'm sorry, the two pieces, the frame and the spring piece, and then the papers. So it'll touch lots of layers there to help bring that cluster together. I did grab a March tab. I was going to put it on the top, but it really faded into the background, so I just put it on top of the frame there, since this takes place in March. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to use these stickers, and these are the Photo Play Spring in My Garden Element stickers. And my original idea was to write spring and then favorite somehow. I was thinking about putting it across the bottom. So that's my intention with doing my title here. I just like how it takes up some visual space up there. So then as I was doing that, I definitely want to embellish some more. So I find this second photo cluster from the die cuts to Spring in My Garden. And so I'll put that on the top left there, and that softens that corner as well. So now I have a really nice diagonal going across the photo. And as I'm doing this, then I'm deciding, I'm starting to get to the process where I'm really embellishing, and I need to get the layers glued down underneath those embellishments. Sometimes I will literally glue from the top down, so from the top embellishment down. But with this, I felt like I needed to get the background down, and then the bottom embellishments glued in. So I think as I was looking at this too, that frame looked a little wonky to me for some reason. I don't know why, but I'll take care of that eventually. So here we go. We'll get that March, just right now doing what I know. I want some more things. Like I said, I want to do favorites underneath the spring. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I can do here to fill this up a little bit more. So now I'm back to the element stickers from the Spring in My Garden collection, and I find this butterfly. And so what I do with this is I put that over that top corner. That helps it feel less wonky to me. I don't know what it was about that, but it was really feeling wonky. And then I saw this birdhouse, and birds and spring just go together for me. So I added that in. And as I did it, I realized, oh, it's going to be really hard for me to put another word under the spring banners now, because that top left cluster is so much higher, which is fine. In the end, I'm okay with that. I certainly could have put it off an edge, or there were lots of ways I could have done it, but I just decided to leave it. I liked it as it was. So then I found this piece that says choose happiness. I was thinking about putting that up under spring, but added it into that top left cluster. I like how that kind of pulls it across a little bit more. And then this word renew, which I totally love that about spring, that it's a time of renewal. It is my favorite season, actually. So I popped that in that bottom left corner to sort of extend that cluster out a little bit. And now these are the matte dots from the Spring in My Garden collection. So I'll add 3 of those in each of the clusters here. And I chose yellow just to bring that color out a little bit more than it was in the background paper. I could have used the green, but I have plenty of green on that layout. Just trying to decide where these all go. And that gives a different, I'm not a big fan of matte dots. They scratch and that kind of stuff. That texture bothers me. But you won't see that in a, I don't like the way they feel, I guess, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, you won't see that in a sleeve once it's in. So I'm just adding these in, you guys. So I'm just about done. Following will be the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well, and I will be back with another layout soon.